I was born one cold autumn day in Waterbury, Connecticut, as Maria Teresa Baratta, also known as Maria Teresa Baratta, daughter to Lucy and Tony Baratta, also known as Lucia Antonio Baratta, the firstborn child to Italian immigrants, whose hopes and dreams were filled with so much, yes, not only for me, but for them, for our family. Now, I was told I came out of the womb wide-eyed and ready to ask my first question, the precocious little child that I was. Well, this is what my mom told me anyway, aside from the fact that I had hair on my ears and I looked like a little monkey. Well, luckily, the hair fell out after a few weeks, and I started looking more like a cute little girl. And by the time I was 5 months old, I had pierced ears, enough gold jewelry to put Mr. T to shame, and I was baptized and had my original sin removed. Now, I grew up in this one-time thriving New England industrial town that attracted many of an immigrant seeking jobs and opportunities to better their lives. And for my parents, Lucia and Antonio Baratta, they too were magnetically drawn to this New England burg, but with their own desires and dreams. Mom, better known as Lucy, was only 14 years old when she came to America on Pan American Airlines. She came to this great land of opportunity player, dreams, big dreams of becoming a singing accordion player. Mom, please, I beg you, please help me have a healthy, beautiful baby. And I promise you, as a devotion for your intercession, I will dress my baby in your Franciscan robes once a week for the first year of their life. This I promise you, son Nandanya, from the bottom of my heart. The first year of our lives. Don't worry, I've got pictures to prove it. This one is me. Father, Tony. Tony. My Tony, he prided himself on almost everything. For one, being a great dancer. To him, the greatest form of Italian expression, besides making homemade pork products, was dancing. And as soon as I could walk, my dad would take my little hands, and he would take my feetsies and put it on his feet, and then he would show me steps to all kinds of dances. So by the time I was 17, I knew steps to the tarantella, the tango, the waltz, and of course my father's very scary version of a twist, which we don't like to talk about. And then there were my aunts, or the zias, as we call them in Italian. They were these amazing, wonderful, loving women that always looked as if they were constipated. But this, in fact, was their natural innate worry about everyone and everything. Zia, what's wrong? Nothing. I worry about you. You gotta take the train back to New York all by yourself. You're not afraid? No? It's no dangerous? No? And last but certainly not least is my sister Nicolina. Growing up, Nikki and I, we were inseparable. Wherever I went, she went. Come on, Nick. And wherever she went, I went. Hold up. And my mom, she dressed us alike, so wherever we went, people thought we were twins. Even though Nikki was a blonde with blue eyes and I was a brunette with brown eyes, go figure. We were each other's friends, playmates, and sometimes each other's arch nemesis. Nikki is 17 months younger than me, but far more bold and rambunctious. She and I, we dealt with and masked our vulnerabilities in two very different ways. Now, Nikki directly chose to embrace the fears and taboos that were instilled in us by our Italian Catholic upbringing by rebelliously expressing them in whatever form she chose. For example, getting caught smoking cigarettes in the 7th grade with her best friend Carrie in her bedroom. To this day, I thought, was she just playing stupid? Did she not care? Or did she just, masterfully plan to do so? Now I, on the other hand, was far more dutiful. I listened to Lucy and Tony, and I strove to achieve, and overachieve. Yay for me! And I had a tendency of retracting from my fears into a secluded world of fantasy by pretending to be a famous singer while singing into my hairbrush in the bedroom mirror. Baby, look at me and tell me what you see. You ain't seen the best of me yet. Give me time, I'll make you forget the rest of me. And you can set it free. I can catch the moon in my hand. Don't you know who I am? Remember my name. If you want fame, fame costs. And right here is where you start paying. God, I love that show. Coco rules! Or I would have these mock interviews with Oprah. Now I, on the other hand, would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to study for her final exam, while Sister was concocting a way to sneak in after curfew. Oh, alright. E equals M's. What are you doing? Are you absolutely out of your mind? Okay, so I was a grandmother, and everything I said was old. And everything my sister did was nutty and outrageous. Despite those occasional moments of friction, there were those softer moments in our childhood where we would come together unitarily. And like anything in our family, it usually revolved around music and dancing. Now, my sister and I, we fashioned ourselves solid gold dancers. We watched the show religiously, and we knew that if you were going to be anything in life, anything, it would be a solid gold dancer. And soon the living room floor became our dance floor as we transported our audience into a world of smoke, lights, and gold lame costumes. Welcome to